Today I'm going to talk to you about how to write an effective cover letter. When you apply for a job, especially online, you will need to include a cover letter with your resume. When you are applying for the job and are ready to submit your resume, it's very important to write an effective cover letter. However, there are some important tips you need to know before you begin the process. Tip number 1. Do your homework. Know your audience. What is the job you are applying for? What does the job entail? Find out everything you can about the job and the company. Who are the key people in the company? What are the company's needs? How do your skills match the needs of the company? What are some of the challenges the company is experiencing? How can you become a part of helping to overcome these challenges? Tip number 2. Find out the name of a person to address your cover letter to. The letter needs to be personal. Try not to use generic salutations like "Dear Sir" or "Madam" or "To whom it may concern." By including a real name, you are telling the company that you have done your homework and this job is important to you. It also makes the person you are addressing the letter to feel more important. Tip number 3. Take time to read the requirements for the job. Look at the details outlined in the requirements. Next, take the time to think about your skills and qualifications. Remember, your skills and qualifications do not have to match the requirements perfectly. Highlight other qualities you may possess that would be an asset for the company, such as great communication skills or excellent planning skills. Tip number 4. Improve your people skills. A good book that you should read that has been around for many decades and is still very effective is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. This book gives a multitude of tips on effective ways of dealing with people. One of the chapters in the book talks about simple ways to make a good first impression. Since your cover letter is the very first thing a potential employer will see, it definitely needs to be impressive. Another very excellent book is The Law of Success in 16 Lessons by Napoleon Hill. This book helps you understand, realize, and develop self-awareness and purpose. It discusses such principles as purpose, self-confidence, initiative, and leadership. The book will show you how to put action to your purpose and achieve some of the things you may have been putting off for a long time. Tip number 5. Talk about why the company is a perfect fit for you. While researching your potential employer, find out what the company's future plans for development are. Tell the company in your letter how your skills and qualifications can enhance the company's development. In other words, what can you bring to the table that someone else may not be able to bring? Remember to talk in terms of the company's desires and interests, not yours. The company is only interested in what they desire and whether or not you will be a perfect fit for them. Tip number 6. Write a good closing paragraph. It doesn't have to be long. Summarize in 1 or 2 sentences why they should strongly consider you for the job. Tell them that you would welcome the chance to discuss your qualifications more, and then talk about how your skills would translate to greater overall success and improvement for an already successful company. Tip number 7. Try to include at least one important accomplishment. If you have at least one accomplishment that has benefited another employer in any way, include it in the postscript and tell them you would welcome the chance to discuss this accomplishment further. This does not have to be something truly major. It may be how your being a part of a team led to the development of some type of change or accomplishment. Tip number 8. Check out some samples of cover letters online. There are many websites that offer examples and provide templates you can use to complete your cover letter. One excellent site you could use is Zeddy.com. On this site, an article entitled How to Write a Cover Letter in 8 Simple Steps outlines some very impressive ways of creating a cover letter, and it provides a template as well. Tip number 9. Remember to write in your own voice. This means to let your own personality and enthusiasm shine through in your letter. This may take a little practice, but once you get comfortable with your writing, this will automatically come through. Tip number 10. Follow through with a quick phone call to your potential employer. Employers receive hundreds and even thousands of online resumes each day. Because of this enormous amount, they only look at a small percentage of what they receive. You want to do something that will encourage them to at least take a look at yours. Tell them you were just calling to see if they received your resume and wanted to make sure they didn't need any other information from you. Tell them something unique you discovered about them and how you could benefit them. Again, companies are more interested in themselves than you. Talk in terms of their interests, not yours. You will only have a minute or two to make an impression, so take this phone call very seriously and practice what you want to say before you make the call. Tip number 11. Finally, relax and enjoy the process of looking for a job. Think of it as practice. The more cover letters you write, the better you will get. Looking for the perfect job should be an adventure, not a chore. Enjoy the process.